But, Johnny, we are now going to move on into the other side. We looked at some Marvel stuff. We still got one more Marvel thing we're going to look at the very end. But
different Marvel, but yeah.
We're going to move into the DCEU now with 3 topics. And the first one we're going to start off with is Batman. And the question I want to pose is this. There were rumors coming out of Comic-Con that Warner Brothers, that 2 things. Either one, Warner Brothers could be mulling the decision to get rid of Ben Affleck as Batman in its DCEU films and for the solo Batman movie, the trilogy that Matt Reeves has said he's going to make. However, there's also rumors that Ben Affleck himself could step out of the role. And the thing is, the one part to that which makes it the first rather than the second is Ben Affleck, he responded to these rumors.
Yeah.
And here's the quote I have from him. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. Batman is the fucking coolest. It's amazing. I know there was speculation and rumors about me not directing. I would be an ape on the ground for Matt Reeves. I'm really blown away and excited, and it's a great time for the DCEU, end quote. This is where I'm going to pose you with this question. Ben Affleck might be saying that he's not going to leave the Batman role. Should Warner Brothers get rid of him and replace Ben Affleck as Batman?
I like him as Batman. Honestly, I like how he's going about it. So I'd say they just keep him, kind of keep some continuity to the to tie in with the DCEU, especially if they decide, well, we're going to put Batman back into it. Because what we've been talking about before this was they're going to take him out of it. They're going to take him out of the bigger part of the DCEU and kind of make his own little trilogy / Batman universe in a sense.
Well, and that's the big thing is Jeff Johns, the quote that I have, thank you for teasing it, by the way.
You're welcome.
Where he talked to IGN about the kind of Bat Family corner of the DCEU, and he said, and I quote, we haven't gone out there and said what our slate is, and that's because we'll do it when we're ready, and we have the films that we're excited about. But for Batman, what I will say is that Batman is more than just Batman. And you know, it's been way too long since we've seen an expansion on that universe. And Batgirl, we are doing Batgirl with Joss Whedon, is going to be super exciting. He's going to start that year, and that's just the start. We want to explore the Batman universe in a big new way. Matt Reeves is coming on to do Batman now, and we don't want to do the same thing that has been done before. We want to build it out just like we built out in our comics, end quote. And here's the thing I think that they can do, because I'm with you. I'm not on the pitchforks and fires of get Ben Affleck out of the role.
No.
When we came to the BVS side of it, thank God we weren't doing movie reviews, so I didn't have to torture myself with that. But Ben Affleck's Batman was the best part of that film for me. And the saving grace in any sense, even though it was a shitty movie. However, I do like him as Batman. I've liked what he's brought to the role of Batman. Here's the thing. What they can do, and I think they will do, and it'll work, is when it comes to, I think what they'll do is the DCEU will be its one thing, and will be mostly Justice League characters.
Yeah.
Whereas the Batman universe will be Batman.
Exactly. No, I agree.
Batman is, let's put it this way. DC has something that Marvel does not. Marvel cannot, unless you prove me wrong, because you're the Marvel guy.
Okay.
Marvel does not have one character in my mind that they could build an entire MCU-like universe around, where it is not, I'm not saying what they've done with the MCU. I'm saying like taking Iron Man and just looking at his corner of the MCU and creating a huge universe out of that.
Off the top of my head, no, I can't think of one.
Batman, you can. You can do so many things with Batman. You have Gotham City is its own little world in my mind.
No, I agree.
You have so many people of the Bat family. You have the Nightwing. You have the Gotham City Sirens that they're coming out with. The villains their own have spin-offs that you can do. Like Batman to him, like taking away DC, taking away Marvel, like that kind of sign to it. If you just looked at Batman alone, his world is so big to where you could just make him a universe and come up with tons of movies off of that. Because out of all the heroes that I grew up watching and I grew up reading and I grew up following, nobody has as many villains as Batman. Nobody has as many individual villains as Batman does.
Spider-Man.
Okay. Spider-Man may be...
He's the only one I can think of.
He's the only one that could rival that.
Yes.
And they tried to make a universe out of Spider-Man.
Twice.
And he might be the only one that you could possibly try to do this with.
Yeah.
However, the thing where Spider-Man lacks that Batman comes up with is Batman has more actual heroes in his own side of it. Like the Nightwings, the Batgirls, where Spider-Man, it's just Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, maybe Spider-Girl, and Spider-Gwen. That's about it.
Spider-Gwen.
If you want to reach...
Unless you wanted to put Miles Morales in there, or if you wanted to put, I think it's Madam
Web, yeah.
The one that's kind of like the mind reader.
Yeah, it kind of helps Peter along with shit.
Here's the thing I think they're going to do with Batman, though, and this gets to my point way around, is the DCEU will just be for Justice League characters.
Yeah.
And Batman will, when they say take him out of the DCEU, they're not taking him out completely, in my mind.
No.
It is basically you know what? Batman's always been that one where it's like, hey, if you need me, call me. He's not always there. He's not going to be the guy that's always at the Justice League headquarters, at the Justice League station, the space station, kind of looking over things like a Cyborg or a Wonder Woman or a Martian Manhunter. No, it's I'll be in Gotham. Call me if you really need me.
Yeah.
And that's what I think they're going to try to set up, is that the Justice League is the main people we have. Cyborg, Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman. Whereas Batman helped set it up. All right, I'm going back to Gotham now. Call me if you need me.
Well, just like in the Justice League cartoon.
Yeah.
I'm a part-time member.
Yeah. We might have him in some Justice League things moving forward.
Yeah.
But he's going to be in his own universe. And that is going to be set up with this trilogy that Matt Reeves is going to hopefully set up for us.
Yeah, which is
starting with the Batman.
Which is why I'm really hoping they keep Affleck. Because let's say you get rid of Affleck, how do you explain any form of continuity at that point?
You can't do it between the two.
Exactly. You can't have the continuity between the two. It's now... This is the DCEU, and here's the Batman universe. If you keep Batfleck, it kind of ties the two together.
There's only one way.
Besides that?
There's only one way they could get rid of Affleck and keep the continuity.
Yeah.
And that would be to introduce Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Introduce Terry McGinnis. That's it.
Or try and make it, that was Flashpoint.
They could do that, too.
Yeah. They could say, that was Flashpoint. This is the rest of the DCEU now.
They could do that. They could do a time paradox thing.
Exactly.
Or
DC has that type of thing to do it with, so yeah.
Or they could just recast them and then just ignore it.
They could do that, but I mean,
to the characters, nothing has changed, even though we're looking at a different actor.
Exactly. That I guess they could do that, but I mean, it's probably one of their later options and not the earlier options, because you can upset fans that way.
I think Ben Affleck only stops being Batman if he doesn't want to be Batman.
From what his quote said, yeah, he wants to stay Batman.
But I feel like, and here's the thing and this is how I feel with quotes sometimes, because we also had one from the DC side of it, which was, we love Ben, he's our Batman, we want to keep him in the cowl as long as we can.
True.
Sometimes I hear those and I go, you're just saying that.
Yeah.
You're just saying that so I don't panic. Or you're saying that so the media doesn't run with it. Like, we don't run with it and talk for a half hour about how Ben Affleck is done being Batman. Kind of with Ben Affleck's quotes as well. Are you just telling me that because you told that to a Comic-Con panel and you wanted to make everyone happy?
True.
There's that side of it as well. However, at this point, if he wanted to leave, he would have left already.
That's true.
And, I mean, come on. Cha-ching, cha-ching. You're a good enough actor to where you can make some serious buck being the next Batman.
Exactly.
And I mean good enough actor to where we're not going like, man, why is this shitty actor Batman? He can make some serious buck doing a good job playing Batman. It's an iconic role.
Exactly.
It's an iconic role. Like when we talk about, there is actually debates that we have online talking who the best Batman is. And he is now a part of that debate.
Yeah, exactly.
And he can now further that discussion with more films. So I think in the end of it, Affleck will stay on as Batman. Wonder Woman, or Warner Brothers. Thought of Warner Brothers and I said Wonder Woman. Warner Brothers is not going to get rid of him.
No.
They're not going to. This is going to be, like I said, their best plan is, you said it perfectly. And I love how it came out of your mouth, being the Marvel guy, of like in the cartoon of, I'm a part-time member.
Yeah.
And you know what they could do on top of this? I don't think they will, because yet again, comes out of the mouth of Ricky Widmer, they probably won't do. You know what would be an awesome live action movie I would love to see with the Justice League moving forward? Batman's off doing his own thing with Gotham. We get a Justice League Doom-like movie where Vandal Savage or somebody gets their hands on Batman's contingency plan.
Yes.
And they try to kill the Justice League. And they have to call Batman to help them.
Yeah.
Because that to me, if you're looking for animated DC movies, that one's my favorite.
Oh, that's a great one.
I have a tie, actually. I have a tie.
Okay.
I know this is off topic, but my tie is Doom and Flashpoint.
Yeah. No, they're both really good.
Justice League War right behind it. Right behind those two.
All three are pretty. I like those two as top ones as well. Justice League War, not bad either.
Justice League War is nothing like Flashpoint.
No.
And Doom. But the thing I loved about Doom was the line at the end. And it's so true. And this kind of brings it back in with Batman to the Justice League. I think he was talking to he was talking to Superman.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, why did you have the contingent? Like, why? Why would you need the contingency plan? And Batman goes, well, if any of you turned on the world, we needed a way
to stop
it. And Superman goes, what's your contingency plan? And Batman looks at him and goes, the Justice League.
Exactly.
Easier said than done. He's the only one that doesn't have superpowers.
Exactly.
He's just a mere man.
Exactly. They just teamed up on him.
Mm-hmm. They could easily kill, like, Superman could easily kill Batman if he wanted to.
Exactly.
I mean, Batman's got the kryptonite ring, and I will always say that is a true detriment of why Batman is going to beat Superman. But honestly, he could just heat vision right through him.
Exactly.
Kills him. He's dead. Right through the head. You're dead.
There's so many ways he can do it without touching Batman. And that's the thing, honestly, especially if Batman doesn't have time to prepare, then yeah, the Justice League just is his way.
I mean,
is
even
the way
Martian
to end him.
Manhunter could kill Batman.
Yeah.
Cyborg could kill Batman.
Well, hell, the
Flash, zip, zip, zip.
I think there's and I'm paraphrasing. Superman actually says, John Jones, you're just as powerful as me, if not more. But he's just more, what's the word I'm thinking, modest about it.
Yeah.
So, like, Martian Manhunter's just as powerful as Superman. So, yeah, I mean, any of them could end Batman as long as he doesn't have time to prepare. So, I mean, that is a great way to, and that would be a great storyline to go along with. Doom, I would love if they did Doom.
I would love it too, but I feel like, part of me feels like it could only be done in the animated setting. Could you do it in the live action setting? Because, like,
it'd be hard to, but yeah, I think
just some of the things, like the Flash, that whole thing of basically, hey, I've got this thing attached to your arm, and if you stop moving or take it off, it blows.
Yeah.
And how he has to
run through
eventually
the glacier.
Take it off is run through the glacier, but also vibrate through it.
Yeah.
To where he leaves it in the glacier and then it blows up.
Yeah. No.
Or like Wonder Woman with she sees everyone as Cheetah and she starts, it's basically, I'm going to basically
fight everyone.
Well, it's a stamina thing. Eventually you're going to die.
Her heart, there's going to be too much adrenaline and her heart's going to stop.
And the silver bullet with Superman, like
kryptonite bullet.
That would be I would love that. But that is my thought. They're going to move Batman into his own universe and then
Yeah.
kind of bring him in sparingly. What are your final thoughts on this? Because we've kind of gone on. Well, let's be honest. I've kind of gone on this.
Ricky
for a
carried this
little
whole
bit.
thing. This is Ricky.
Johnny,
this is Ricky's bread and butter.
Johnny's like, I have sat here like a good little boy, Ricky. But what final thoughts on anything, like reactions to anything I had said, or just in general?
No, I just really hope they keep. I really hope they keep. Wow, I forgot his name already. Batfleck.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope they keep Batfleck in there.
No, they're going to bring Christian Bale back.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Where is she?
Where are the jokes going?
I just can't get my voice low enough.
It's okay, Ricky. I'm the superhero.
Or are you the one who knocks? Are you Walter White?
I'm the one who knocks.
But back to your final point.
No, I really hope they
Did you really knock on the table?
I did knock on the
knocked
table.
on the table.
I said I was the one who knocks. No, I really hope they keep Batfleck. The biggest thing to me is keep your continuity, because if you want to play back into the DCEU from your Batman,
and you don't want it to be a complete failure.
yeah, if you want to play back into your DCEU and have the Batman universe, you have to have. He's like your one key bridge right now. You don't have that many bridges to gap them together. Keep your one main bridge.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, and I would not get rid of him because I like him.
Yeah, no,
as
he's a great Batman.
And I can't wait for the Matt Reeves Batman film, because he've even said that they're going for a more noir detective-like style, which I would love, because I always remember
a real
Batman as the detective side of it, on top of all the stealth and the fighting moves. But I want to get your opinion. I want to throw it on to you guys. Tell us down below, should Warner Brothers get rid of Batfleck? And also, what do you think Warner Brothers is going to do with Batman moving forward? Tell us down below in the comment section.